Taste this. You
good?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to like mine better. And I have a little something sim.
Oh, you put that in there too?
I did.
With the side?
Yeah. I did. Yeah. It's all inclusive. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Delicioso. Oh. Makes you bilingual. This tea makes you bilingual. So, hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you back here next week because we're out. Just joking. Okay, so happy Hump Day. Thank you for tuning in to SipsTea with a lot of energy to kind of spank this Wednesday.
We came in with a little extra beauty.
I mean, did we? I don't know. Like, that's not for us to decide.
Let me take my jacket off.
I mean, technically, you got, remember some days you come in and don't have the bra on, you know what I'm saying? Her girls is up?
They up today.
Okay.
Yeah. Lift.
Okay. Them girls is and bouncing.
Damn.
Okay, you just adjusted yourself.
Yeah, not 10.
Okay.
All right. Let's get this show popping.
Absolutely, because we have to move on through it. Okay.
We got stuff to do.
Absolutely, and we got things to talk about and stuff like that, and we don't want to get cut off once. So we love to talk to you guys. Oh yes. So number one, if you guys are watching on anything other than YouTube, you can click the link in the bio where you are, and then join us on YouTube, where you can actually join a collaboration, which is definitely what we prefer. But if you just want to stay out, collaborate with the kids, as if you don't have an opinion, because we know that you do, then so be it. Okay? That's what we just have to deal with. This is the world we live in. So,
oh my God, this is so good. Sorry.
Okay. She likes her drink. Perfect. Wow. But yes, and if you guys want to reach to us for anything that you show, you want to suggest a topic, you want to have us come out to your event or something like that, then DM us on Instagram or hit us up by email at SipsTeaTheShow@gmail.com. Okay. All right. So as you know, we start the show off with positivity. Okay. Make sure that tea is positive, baby. We gotta start off with the positive teas first. We didn't even give y'all no music this time, but we're gonna start off with some positive teas. Yes. This week, because I screenshotted something. Okay, because I was about to say, you got to go first. It's all about you right now. And this is just about appreciation. It goes to your appreciation. What did you call your gratitude of gratitude? Attitude of gratitude. Yes. Partner. Absolutely. So this goes with that. Whatever the case may be. It's a couple different things as we're moving into 2020. So I have a couple different quotes as we move into 2020. Quote for, because you know how you get around 2020 and you start saying, oh, what your resolutions are and stuff. Yeah. We need to start talking about that now, because I got a lot of resolutions and I don't want to wait in solutions. So first things first, love what you have before life teaches you to love what you lost. Is that deep or not? Oh, yeah. Just run that one back. Was that deep or not? Yes. Okay, because I had to screenshot stuff for y'all. I said, love what you have before life teaches you to love what you lost. So you better appreciate what you have while you have it. Okay. Love will easily teach you to love it when it's gone. Because the reality will hit it. We all have those type of, maybe have relationships that we let get away, maybe have jobs that we let get away, or maybe we just didn't appreciate who we were. Yeah. And you sometimes as people, you can lose yourself. Exactly. Absolutely. So if you don't appreciate yourself, you can easily lose yourself. Yeah. So you definitely want that. Hello. And then the other one is you can't move forward with your life until you first take out the trash. Oh, this is bad lady. Hello. And this is my New Year's revolution, revolution you, even with me or against me. This is my resolution. Whoever posted this, it's not me. Okay. So she's reading something from Instagram. Okay. Can read. Yeah. So basically it said, this is my New Year's revolution. Either you're with me or you're against me. So taking out the trash, exes, fake things, anything toxic and bad habits. Okay. In trash bag. Put all that in trash bags. So just start bagging up, getting your bagging that shit up.
Pack up your
wrap
trash
it up, and get the fuck out of here.
You got your exes.
Have a damn sidewalk sale because them exes, somebody want their ass.
Fake family.
Fake family, somebody want their ass.
Doubt.
Oh yeah, doubt. I don't know if anybody wants them, but
Exactly.
somebody, you know.
Well, you want my doubts, you can have it. Because guess what? I'm not doubting me anymore.
Especially if maybe you cause the doubts too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
What about
Somebody
bad
that
habits?
actually, the bad
throw them in the
habits
trash too.
Yeah.
And then anything in your life that
Yeah.
I mean, I think that encompasses everything.
Absolutely.
Right? And start right now. Don't wait until December 31st to sit there and say, oh, what are my resolutions? Start now. What can you do? What trash do you have to throw away?
Get rid of
it now. Don't go into
and
it.
slowly but surely, because nobody can start anything. Like we don't start anything on the day of.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
They're like my New Year resolution.
No, fuck your New Year's resolution. Like start the shit now so we can believe you. Like start the shit now so that you believe you. Just like gradually. I mean, don't wait for a specific moment to do anything. Really, you know what I'm saying? Just get out there and actually. Like,
sorry,
you're lusting over that.
Yeah, this is really good.
But
it takes. Let me tell y'all something. I am not a big drinker.
Yes. Lord.
So a lot of my teeth is truly, it's not 80 proof. Because I have to find that one thing that I like, and this right here. I can't tell y'all what it is because I don't want to.
Absolutely, and they don't pay us, so
but
can't.
This is really good.
Okay. So I think we found it, folks. I know how to get you going.
This is really good.
Okay.
Right.
Now, when she starts kiki kaka, and I think it's mild and mellow enough.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Get you cray.
Exactly.
Because y'all know Eb Deceleb. If you let's just leave it be. Let's just leave it be.
And came in here and started
throwing her under the bus.
I'm
going to put that in the trash bag and throw it. Yes.
Please.
Only if you promise to put your shit.
I've been coming on time.
Okay.
You can't do nothing right around
here.
Listen,
I just said what I said.
Came in ready, make everything done. I was ready to go.
You were ready to go.
I didn't come here
looking crazy and no energy and zapping my shit, things like that. No, you came in here.
I was
shit popping, girl.
Exactly.
You shit popping.
I came in
ready. All right, you shit popping. Okay. All right.
I came in here.
You look good. You feel good. You feel good?
I do.
Because you look like you feel okay. Good.
Okay.
All right. How y'all feel? Y'all looking good? Y'all feeling good? You know what I'm saying? Way out there in the studio audience, I'm sure you guys look lovely, but I hope you feeling good right now and I hope we can keep it going. What a reason. Today we're talking about like loyalty and legacies and things like that.
We got 3 L's for y'all.
Loyalty, legacy, and
we said loyalty, legacy. And what was the third one? It was loyalty, legacy.
We got a lot of L's out there. Lust, lies.
No,
but loyalty, legacy, and
you said it.
Labels.
So
super important.
Yeah, so it's labels, legacy, and loyalty.
Yes.
So we're going to discuss today the 3 L's. And what we're going to do through this show is make it all make sense.
Absolutely.
All of them going to come together.
It's going to come together. So my little quote about loyalty. One, the first thing I want to say is to check around you and make sure that you're being loyal and being true to yourself. Because because sometimes we're so busy being loyal to other people that we're not true to ourselves. And I think that that's important too. You know what I mean?
Everything else but ourselves.
Yes, because sometimes other people want you to do things that are outside of the loyalty you will have to yourself.
Exactly.
Like, for instance, I actually was thinking about this the other day because you know how people want you to go along with little shit? Mm-hmm. Maybe you're in a relationship too and your partner, wrong is 2 left shoes, but they kind of want you to go along with it. Now, I'm going to go along with you to a certain extent, but don't expect me to do some shit that's outside of loyalty to myself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't have me stupid out here in these streets because now, yes, will I pop your ass just because you did some shit? Even if, like, for instance, my sister, Lord Jesus, if she wrong, she wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell her she wrong, though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a little wish a nigga would behind it. So let's be careful. There's some slippery slopes, but I'm going to tell you, don't have me be disloyal to myself and to who I say I am. That's what, at the end of the day, who I say I am and who I'm trying to be. So anyway, So my quote today, actually, besides being loyal to yourself, says some people aren't loyal to you. They are loyal to their need of you.
Ooh,
and once their need changes, so does their loyalty.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
classic.
Absolutely. Around, you need me to be in your square for whatever you need me for whatever we got going on in Shapoppin at the time. And when that need changes, so does your loyalty. All of a sudden,
that's a classic, right
there.
That's
a classic. So
people will, I swear to God, people will say will be your best friend until they're not.
Absolutely. People will be your best friend until they're not.
That job will continue to come. That paycheck will continue to come every 2 weeks until it does.
And we will give you praises until I don't like one thing that you did.
You're gone.
Yes, and loyalty is actually the act of remaining loyal and remaining true to something long after the feelings that inspired you to be true to that person or that thing are gone. Because loyalty comes in and takes place when the shit starts to hit the fan. Everybody can be loyal and be cool and be true or whatever the case y'all want to say until there is some shit in the mix.
Exactly.
Until it's tested, we are.
Exactly.
Until it's tested, you have that shit in your mind. So that's just one of those things. Okay. So long after the feeling that inspired your loyalty, yes, the reason y'all connected and all of that other stuff, we'll see who's loyal after those initial euphoric feelings subside.
Exactly.
Okay. Are you loyal when you don't like my ass?
Oh, and then also,
hello.
Wait a minute, since we talk about legacies and labels, are you loyal to these labels?
Are you loyal? Yeah. Okay.
Like we can.
The highest. Okay, so let's just talk about the gay community.
Ooh, are we loyal to that shit?
Okay. Now let's just be clear. Okay. Are we loyal to the label? And I'll be honest, I don't really like labels because I'm not a label person. And I think labels are just there so that other people can understand better. Like other people, you need me to be in a box so that you understand and you can put me and sift through what's going on quicker. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they are valid, but people are gay till they're not. Hello. So just things like that. Are you loyal
slide into some pussy? The next day you sliding on it.
Okay. Are you loyal to the label? I mean, do you feel comfortable saying you bisexual if that's just what you are? Like if you're gonna have a label, just try to have it.
But then too, don't. But here's the thing.
And don't bash other motherfuckers.
LMN jeans, label me not.
Yes, absolutely.
Don't label me.
Okay.
You try to put this in a box, I'm gonna have your whole world shifted. And trust me, I ain't following nobody's legacy over here.
Labels, legacy.
So we're gonna make it all make sense.
And Leo.
Watch. Hello, Leah. You can't
other L.
You can't label us. Okay, honey, I create a legacy, honey. I don't follow anybody's legacy.
Absolutely. Okay. Jump outside that box for a second. But that's just to me, that's a prime example because I don't think it's fair to even really throw people into a box. You can do it yourself. But quite often I think a lot of people find that challenged. You know what I'm saying? And then other people, I've had people like come directly for me in relationships about me being heterosexual.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, okay, so my thing is you're not the gay police.
Yeah.
You can't make me any more heterosexual because you label me that way. Then you can make me gay. You see what I'm saying? You're not in charge of me being a lesbian. You don't make me lesbian and you don't make me heterosexual. You don't make me bisexual. So you're not the gay police. You're not in charge of that.
But that also goes into allowing people to label you into, say for instance, into a music category.
Yeah.
If you're a country singer, you can't sing hip hop.
Absolutely.
Because they've labeled you into country music.
And now you must stay there in your little box. But
we subconsciously label ourselves. We subconsciously label ourselves. But so you guys, that was our positivity, but I really want GemDTwin to get into why she actually came to the show to bring about labeling in our other part of the show, which is Brewing TEA. I want her to talk about, because she has such a magnificent example. Last weekend, you met somebody really awesome. Last week, Thursday, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
and you really wanted to talk about him and labels and things like that. And if you are going to label yourself, she's going to tell you how and why you should label yourself by using this gentleman as an example.
Or yes. Okay. So we're even with him, I'm not even more so talking about labels as much as I will be talking about legacies.
Yeah.
But we're going to jump into Brewing TEA. So Brewing TEA is the section of the show when we talk about the greatness and awesomeness around us and things like that. And so since we have some awesomeness happening, I'll shout out Lux Curves.
Oh, yes.
We love us some Lux Curves magazine. So shout out to Miss Mo and Brandy J. But I was invited to an event. It was the reveal of Lux Curves magazine's the November issue, which is the men's issue, which is another reason why I brewed them for this too, because Lux Curves magazine every November they do a men's issue. Usually it's an upscale magazine about full-figured women and things surrounding that world. But the November issue is dedicated to men, and so because of that, they invited me to come in there and get some interviews and talk to some people, some men that were making a difference. And the cover of that magazine was Wade the Barber. Shout out at Wade the Barber, okay, for making the cover of the magazine. And Wade the Barber, who is kind of a pioneer and making his money with installing men's hair units.
Oh my God.
Okay. No. Now this is like a faux pas thing. The words, we don't necessarily. And his major quote is, "We have to get away from calling it man weed."
Man weed. Oh my goodness.
But I have to shout out because when we were talking about him building legacies, which is why we talked about that, being part of the show, building legacies. Because a legacy is when you not only bring yourself up and you succeed, it's when you can actually make the people around you succeed too. So originally he was a barber, and what he told me was, this particular movement meant going from $30 a head as a barber to $600 installs.
Oh my God.
You see what I mean?
Oh my God.
And so
when
you're taking yourself to the next level.
Okay. Oh my God.
Okay.
I need you to just backtrack just a little bit.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to understand
men's hair unit.
Yeah, let's
go back to men's hair unit.
Are we talking about a toupee? And you guys, make sure who's ever on Instagram, my live, please guys join into the collaboration on YouTube. That is where we need our followers to go. Sure, you can click the link in the bio on Facebook, Instagram, Eb Deceleb, Instagram, SipsTea the Show, Instagram, as well as Facebook on GemDTwin. Please, guys, please go to YouTube.
Yes. So men's hair units, okay, because men's hair units should be brewed in and of itself as well. And I say this because, all right, so let's be clear. There was a point in time when weave was not cute.
Okay.
There was a point in time when I was in high school, they used to be like, "Oh, you a track star," because there was track.
Oh, okay.
There was a point in time when if you could not hide this weave in your hair, you were a laughing stock.
It was not if cute. You burnt the top of your little hair.
Oh, baby, and the trouble
down.
Child,
you try to flip them down.
And the faux pas hair weave. Yeah. Okay. And the we have been through a lot as women with these weaves.
Okay.
And then it became popular. So now it's okay. You see what I'm saying?
And you know what else became popular is, look, I love my female women, embrace the natural beauty, but there are certain people in this world that could stand to keep the weave in. Okay. I think
that women should be able to express themselves with their hair however the hell they want.
However, with that being said, sometimes until we get to where we're trying to be, as far as hair goes, until we get to where we're trying to be, it's okay to keep
embrace whatever is going on up here, but just sometimes, especially with women, and let me right there. The reason why we have to keep on talking about stuff like this is because, just like I just said, sometimes with women, And we got to kind of get away from that too, because it's a little bit disrespectful to our male counterparts. Because sometimes with men and women, people just want to present themselves well and present themselves in the best light. So before we started saying, or Wade the Barber started saying, and people started saying men's hair units, they were saying toupee.
Because I did say toupee.
Toupee has a horrible. And it's not even a toupee. The men's hair unit is not a toupee, but it was a horrible thing because they're flipping up, like a girl with her wig, a wig that does not flip, and you flipping and fluttering in the wind, and it's just not a good look. But we're talking about men's hair units that you keep for 3 to 6 months, like you do your expensive ass weave. For those of you ladies who know how much you pay for good weave and how much you pay for your good weave to be installed.
Oh, wait a minute. Back to
this is a hair unit. Like this is, let me get you straight. If you guys want to see some freaking awesome pictures at Wade the Barber, Wade WADETHEBARBER on Instagram.
So what does he do? I'm just trying to.
So listen, he didn't tell me the industry secret.
So
I can't install one for you or anything.
So it could potentially be true that, and this is allegedly
that it's coming off,
that Safari has a hair.
These things could be very true.
Okay, because
allegedly,
saying that,
and allegedly they've been saying Jamie Foxx had one.
Oh, wow.
Allegedly, but this is the thing: when you can afford to do certain things to yourself, and you are outside of the public light, and then you come back on the scene, you would never know. So long as you just keep your shit straight. The same way when women get their hair done, they step up on the scene, and you got a good lace front. They be like, "Oh, that wasn't your hair."
That was your hair. But I'm just trying to figure out the hair installation. So how do they? Let me see. Oh wow.
Yeah. So you guys have to check out some pictures because
Wade the Barber
on his. I mean, we're talking about shortcuts, high top. Like men can now be more expressive, and this has been going on for forever. So
you got
but they can actually be more expressive with their hair, ma'am. No,
you gotta show the people.
No,
he is look.
He's a beast. Like
look, y'all. I'm showing y'all.
But it's unfortunate because
look.
What about our YouTubers?
I'm get up close. Look, y'all.
So, yes, I want to shout him out. I want to brew him for not only doing his thing and turning this business into, quote, this man's net worth or anything, to brew him. And I also want to shout out PV Studios because Terrell actually opened up this new event space in Baltimore. I'm trying to get into the Baltimore crowd and some more things, but the event space is amazing and it's for, you can use it for anything. So shout out to these guys doing their thing.
We're brewing the men.
We're brewing the men, and we brewed Lux Curves because they put them on and they put us on to the men as well. And we're going to have to leave that to be that. But if you guys want to see some amazing shots, check out at Wade the Barber on Instagram. That's all I can say. And we'll talk more about, because this is that was a label. The whole men's hair unit is a label situation. Yeah, I mean, people go bald. It's just a thing. You know what I'm saying? And then there also, if I'm not mistaken, there were some women in the mix as well.
Wow.
So if women can do it, men should be able to too. They should be able to, hey, I don't like this bald spot. It does not represent me the way I see myself. I don't want to be in this place. And some of us start balding young. And then even if you don't necessarily have to be bald if you don't want to. And I think that's fabulous. I think it's amazing. Wow. And shout out to him for doing his thing and also making it so other barbers coming behind him could also do similar things. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. So that is the Brewing TEA section of the show. Right? He's local now. Also, he said he has clients that come from Georgia down here to get done and stuff like that. Wow. So he's actually opening a shop there as well. And that was some tea that was spilled that very night. So that was very nice. And I thank you guys for listening as I talked about Wade the Barber. And thank you for tuning in to SipsTea.
I mean, I'll tell y'all something. This is some miracle.
Yeah, I mean,
so they're making the hair unit last at least 4 months.
Right.
Wow.
What he said was that the shorter hair, like if you guys want just like a taper or something like that, like super short haircut, those don't last as long. I think that's like I can't remember what he said, but those don't last as long. But everything else is like 3 to 6 months. Like your weave, girl.
Wow.
So anyway, we gotta move on to this tea time because I know you're amazed, sis. I know you're amazed. I know, but we're gonna have to put it down and move along to the tea time, okay?
Yeah.
Because tea time is when we talk about all of the tea going on in the world around us, the things that are going down, political or otherwise.
Yeah.
And right now there's so much going on. You know, a lot of times we talk about mental health and things like that, and we expect a lot from our celebrities and artists and things. And I was just scrolling through the Shade Room, and they were talking about like covering, I guess, Summer Walker. Summer Walker is an artist, and she apparently was on tour, and allegedly she cut some of her shows on tour, some of her locations on the tour because of social anxiety. And I think a lot of times we don't even like recognize the fact that, hey, just because you're an artist or a singer or whatever the case may be, and you are a public figure, does not mean that you're not a fucking introvert. Label, you know what I mean? Public figure is a label. An introvert is a label too. It's one that she gives herself, and she said that she's an introvert, and maybe don't want to be a fucking public figure. She didn't say that. I'm just saying, you know, if you have social anxiety and the stage is not necessarily for you, then why should I don't think it's right for us to, you know, force you or your label or whoever it is that's forcing you to go.
You got but also too,
if that's not your stick.
If you land on the flip side, if you are landing in a certain industry that requires certain things.
Because what?
Huh?
If
you're an artist,
if you're an artist, I think
perform.
she would probably be thinking, why do I have to perform? Why can't I be a recording artist? Why do I have to perform?
Because if you're an artist,
this is what I think, Lee. Of that industry. I believe that when you go out and you do tours, you get more following, and it's also loyalty. But then again, let's be clear: the following is already there if you're going on tour. But people already like you.
Promote. You also have to give. You know, unfortunately, on the flip side, if you declare to be in a certain industry, like me and you right now, we're doing radio and things like that, and it might require us, as much as I might dislike going to do radio events. Because of the industry that we're choosing, that's one of the requirements.
You will push yourself.
You have to push yourself to do that.
But
we can't.
Requirement is a funny thing because
it's like
it's completely possible.
It's like right now, your job requirement, in order for you to gain the loyalty of your clients, you might have to go out and visit them. So you could whatever.
I do.
So that's a requirement of the job.
Right.
That's the job that you signed up for. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm not going to go visit my clients."
But when we talk about artists and music, that's not necessarily
same thing with music. You're a musician.
But if you're an artist, a musician, okay, you sing.
Yeah.
All right. You can put out. Now, it might be a little bit harder to be clear with social media and things the way that they are. I've seen plenty of artists that are doing music and haven't been on a big ass tour.
Well, that's because of
but they're still making money.
But being on a tour is where you're going to make the bulk of your.
So if I have social anxiety and I'm okay with not making this much money because this is actually wrecking my soul, then. Just me, you know what I mean? I don't think that we can. I personally don't think that I could. And if that's a gift that you were given that you sing, that's what you do. Doesn't mean that performing is what you do. That's a fact. The same way back in the day, they used to have people that would go out and perform your shit, and you would be the singer because you did not look a certain part for them to even want you to go and perform.
But so
let's be clear about the industry.
The industry.
You could be just a recording artist
or a writer. Or
but again,
like that.
Here we go. No, but she's a singer. You could just be a recording artist. But again, here we go with labels. Just me saying that she's a singer said to you that means has to do this, that, and the
so
other.
if you're a singer, you know, you want your point, your message to be come across. And say, for instance, I'm a singer and this and that, and I'm speaking for my fans and things like that. And I want my fans to believe in me, but I can't believe enough in myself to want to put myself out there for my fans. My fans can come and pay
Why is
for
that
a concert.
putting yourself out for the fans?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
If I'm recording a song and I love this song and I want I want to hear from my fans and things like that. And say, for instance, my fans might not have all the money. However, they're going to sacrifice just to come and see me because they believe in who I am. Yeah. So what I need to do is also put myself aside, just like they might put their self aside to come and see me. I need to put myself aside.
Well, I will say this. She said that, all of the
what if they already bought tickets?
They're being refunded.
But I wanted to.
I got to commend you for that. Refund the shit, because I plenty of artists who
they
love being on stage and in front of everybody, allegedly, who don't show up for their shit, and you don't get your money back. You just SO-fucking-L. And that kind of depends on what the industry is.
And you're an artist, you have if you're not a writer, you're not a behind the scenes, you have proclaimed to be this artist that Summer Walker's proclaimed to be. There are certain requirements that come with being an artist.
I don't think that that's a requirement. I don't think having I don't think that going on tour constitutes you being an artist. But you want to know why I say that, though? Because not all the fucking artists are going on tour. So how is that a requirement if we got a billion singers out there who are performing and they on YouTube and they actually have contracts and things like that are not touring because they're not ready to,
or because they haven't created enough. They're either having to open, like Ella Mai did before she got her own tour. She was opening for people,
and she would love to do that. There are some. I just feel like in this world, there are people who are happy and safe and in a space where performing is a thing. That was what God put in you. He put in you that you can go and perform and sing and this. Maybe it's a part of her development, maybe it's not. But there are some people who like to be in front of the scenes and some people who like to be behind the scenes. If you are someone behind the scenes who just enjoys singing and putting out your music, I think that that's fine for you to be a recording artist. Will it affect your money? Quite possibly, because you would get a whole lot. But if
you don't care about the money, then
if you don't care about that you
don't the money nor the fans.
There are
care about yourself.
But why would you not care about the fans?
Because the fans will want to hear you. Because the fans will want, if I enjoy, there's very few people I will spend my hard-earned money to go and see. I'm not interested in seeing, and no offense to the Beehive and the Beyonce fans, I'm not going to spend my money to go see Beyonce because I'm not interested in Beyonce. But I very well will go see Sid. I saw Sid 4 times. I will very much so go and spend my money because that's an artist that I love. And then if I know that, well, darn, she don't never have a tour, nothing like that. I mean, she can't even.
I think that we would say, I wish that they had a tour. I've seen plenty of people like, I wish they went on tour because I would love to see them live. But then let's be clear too. Some people ain't all the greatest.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. There's only
that's another thing
I would want to see live anyway.
But they still making their money. I'm saying you can still be an artist and not be doing tours. And it doesn't mean that you love your fans any less. It just means that that's their name. And we with the labels and we with the demands of what we think you're supposed to do.
Because music, fortunately, music is, obviously it's in you. It's a natural born thing. However, how your music grows, unfortunately, you can be we have some really great singers out there that didn't make it because they did. Let me think of an example.
What I'm gonna tell y'all too, though, is with YouTube and social media the way it is, like you fuck out of here.
You still have,
and then
you still have I'll give you Olivia from New York. I don't even know if people still remember who she is, but she could actually sing her butt off. Or Mina Butterfly, I'll give you her. She can actually sing her butt off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she can sing. She's very, very talented. However, she didn't create a following or a fan base to grow herself. So she didn't, so people are requesting.
Did you hear about her?
Love and Hip Hop.
And so that's where you develop. That's why you said.
I said, well, no. Well, I saw her on Love and Hip Hop, and then I just followed her music and I follow her page.
And so that's another avenue. That's all I'm saying. Like, if depending on what your shit is, you have to find your way into how you're going to do. And plenty of people do that.
And she could easily say, because I mean, she gave a lot of her life. She ended up having kids with married men and all that stuff. But she could exploit herself in a sense to get herself out there and known. Because it's something that is in a certain profession that you get into. There are certain requirements and stipulations if you want to.
And those same thing. Okay, let's also talk about requirements and stipulations, because sometimes in this music industry, those requirements and stipulations also call for you to do something or be someone that you're not. So they should just do that too, because
no, I'm not.
Exactly. So if you can't do, you shouldn't have to do one or the other. I don't think that because there's a label again, or when we have these labels, we have expectations because that you think you're supposed to do because you're in this particular shit. There's plenty of fields that make it unique. If you're a lawyer, you're supposed to lie.
I'll give you an example.
You're supposed to be able to do. I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is
Tiffany Haddish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish. Everybody says her live isn't funny.
Mm-hmm.
She's funny on movies. To me, she's not, but funny on movies, and she's funny on Instagram. But her live, her actual performance, she's not very funny at all. People say she's terrible live. However, because of the industry that she chose to be in, regardless if she's great or not, she has to perform live. It's just like,
but what if that's actually what she loved to do? Because Tiffany Haddish came into the game doing that. She didn't come into the game doing movies. She came into the game with these live comedy shows. That might actually be her thing. That might be something that she decided that she loved. You can't really say that. It doesn't really.
But even what I'm saying is, even if right now she's gotten a lot of, even if she came in like that, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people do not like her live. She could have easily allowed that. Like, you know what? I'm not doing live anymore. I'm just going to sit.
But what if that's what she loves to do? That's what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying, but my point is there's certain requirements with certain industries. It's like me as a salesperson. If I don't make the calls, I'm not going to get to the end result. I have to make calls. It's a requirement.
Yeah.
In order for me to be successful in my job,
you have to make calls. Right.
In order for you to be successful as a singer, you have to promote yourself.
Yes, but you don't have to do the standard promotion that everybody does. And I only say that because we have plenty of artists who are actually singers who are not promoting themselves by going on tour.
Name one.
I can't name them for you, baby.
No, just name one.
I can't do that because I'm not all the way into that whole, I don't really care too much. But
I sit there. I'm still going to stand by what I say. If you choose a certain profession,
I mean, it just depends on the celebrity that you're trying to get to, and I can't because I did not do my research.
We have this guy on here right now, Malik Dope drummer. He's the drummer that's all around. He got really, really popular. He drums all around DC. Erykah Badu blessed them. He actually was at the hotel I stayed at. He actually did something for the hotel I stayed at. However, I know who he is, you know, and people know who he is. But in order for him to grow his following the way that he did, he had to perform live. He can easily be at home, have a camera, and do the same thing that he did.
That's still hit or miss. That's still hit or miss.
But for him,
if you are making your,
even with us, in order for we're doing what we need to do, but we still have to get as a requirement for us to really get this show off the ground.
There you go. Okay, so it's us. We do have to get out, but we also have the power to pick and choose what else that we get. You mentioned earlier that you could say, "Oh, I don't like carpets." That means you don't have to do red carpets. There are several different ways for you to get out. If you don't like red carpets, you stay away from the red carpet. That's a personal choice within your industry.
Disagree, because sometimes you gotta step outside the box.
Sometimes you do, but if really said that it fucks with my mental health for me to I can't do red carpets, then you would not be doing red carpet.
But then also too, you have to look at all I'm saying is if it's really fucking with your mental health like that, look at the industry that you chose to be in and maybe make some different decisions. It's like if I don't
girl saying that's my just
I don't
saying
like
if that's
talking
your
to people,
shit.
I probably should pick a different profession because sales, all I do is talk to people.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you don't like if I say,
but what if you said I can't
day,
talk to people in person, and you said, okay, well then but I'm an amazing salesperson over the phone. I'm an amazing salesperson behind the scenes, and all I need is a mouthpiece that will go like meet up with this person for me.
I'll have to deal with the repercussions of that.
But I'm saying if it was possible,
going to be a repercussion on my end.
And that maybe that I'm not in your business, but I'm just saying that sometimes when we do have things that are wrong, you have to find ways around it. And sometimes things are not, again, with the labels. You know what I'm saying? The only thing though, let's get off of Summer Walker and let her do whatever she's doing. Let me see who else.
I don't like her no way, so it don't make me know. Never mind.
Well, you wasn't gonna go see her in the damn show. That's probably why she got anxiety about the shit anyway.
I want to go see her
people like Eb Deceleb.
Mm-hmm.
So also another reason why we were talking about labels and things like that is because I really have a hard time
somebody
with.
Said this on Instagram. I totally agree with that. Honestly, she could have just performed and left the meet and greets out. Meet and greets shouldn't have been put up out on the table anyway.
So apparently, somebody on Eb Deceleb's live is saying that that she could have left out the meet and greets part of her show, and that's another thing. Maybe you can do the stage. That is a prime example of the things I can do and the things I can't do. Maybe I can do performing on the stage in front of everybody. Maybe I can't do a meet and greet. It's too close and personal.
But like he just said on here,
you didn't have to do, but that's the point. You didn't. There's certain things that you did have to do, and certain things you didn't have to do.
And maybe the profession that she's in, it is not okay. Maybe
the requirement, not a requirement.
Yeah, that's like. Yeah. I mean, who wants? That's something like okay. I mean, it will sell more tickets for you because then you can sell VIP. But if that part,
and then there are plenty of artists that do like intimate.
Yeah.
And maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe
that's okay.
But I think everybody has to find their niche. And maybe her niche is just not. Maybe her niche is not performing live in front of thousands, or maybe I don't know what her damn niche is. I don't really care.
That's why I said we got to go back and reevaluate our occupation that we choose to be in. That's all I'm saying.
Well, okay, well she's making her money, so I don't think it can.
But she got to also care about.
She's
her
making.
fans.
I mean, yes,
because her.
But she got it. But guess what?
If she wasn't
you gotta
relevant,
be loyal to you first, sis.
But if she wasn't relevant, you also got to be loyal to those who are also loyal to you. If your fans are, if you had people who
she
are
never
out here,
promised. I mean, you don't have to promise people that you going.
If you have,
if fans, I started loving somebody, if you loved LMA, right?
Uh-huh.
But she never did a concert, what would that do for you?
What would it?
You would just stop listening to her music because she never did a live concert.
Well, for me,
seriously,
you gonna let me answer?
Yeah, because okay. I'm like disturbed by that one. Like, I know you love you some Ella,
I do. And if I wouldn't, because I was.
And what about the people who love artists but can't even afford to go to their concerts? That's another reason why I'm like, why is that like a super requirement? If some of your fans, they might be able to afford to buy your music, but they can't afford to go to your concert.
Well, and in that situation, you're still out there giving concerts. You're still having a concert.
But I have to be loyal to you because I couldn't afford to go to your concert anyway. Like, I still love you. I still like you. I liked you even though I can't go to your concert.
And there's certain concerts that, I can't attend. Well, there's very few concerts.
And shout out to Fantasia for showing up that one good old time in Baltimore. She gave a fucking show, bitch.
And I still think for some, I still think that, and you know what though too, I'm going to just be real with you. A lot of these artists and stuff like that, when you choose a certain industry to be in, you can't be sensitive. And music is one of those.
This is all for. This is what you signed
the industry you signed up for.
But it's going to be a slap in the fucking face. Like anybody who knows, if you're in the entertainment industry, if you're into acting, modeling, dancing, anything, somebody is going to read your ass for filth one good time.
And guess what? There might be a role that you really don't really want. Right? You might be something, but if that role is going to get you to the next level, you're going to suck the shit up and act your ass off. Same thing with
you're going to give it a try.
Exactly. Does this sit there and go, I don't want to do this because of my mental illness? Stop.
And then sometimes I think also saying I don't want to, and I do different things too. But moving on. So we were talking about Trina, and because if you guys have seen some TMZ reports, Trina,
that bitch was on one. But you know what? I would have did the same.
Why we have to
exactly, Queen? I would have did the same.
How we have to say these labels, because the label here, people, is angry Black woman.
Yeah,
and I have a problem with that label because here's why. I feel like so often we get labeled with angry Black woman.
Yeah.
But people don't look at what the precursor was. So apparently, allegedly, according to TMZ, there's, some footage circulating with Trina, the singer, the artist.
Y'all already know she a bad
artist. She's going off in Florida.
Exactly. A Republic state.
Yes. On a woman who... And then she had to, basically she literally like went off, and she's going off.
She went off because the white woman said, called her
a nigga bitch.
A nigga bitch.
Like, so, but if we didn't hear you say you're a nigga bitch, it just looks like I'm going the fuck off.
Exactly.
And I think quite often, like,
we don't ever identify the precursors.
We don't identify the precursor.
We just see the crazy.
Always exactly. And please be aware, people, that there are certain people out here in this world that know that shit. They know as long as I push your button and nobody sees it, and then we just catch the footage of you going the fuck off, then that's just going to be on you. And I get to stand there looking like, a deer caught in headlights, like, oh my God, what happened?
What happened?
Why is she so upset? Why, all of this and all of that. So,
she just called me a nigger.
Why would she do that?
Why did she do that?
But apparently she was in the store. She actually went to, according to her,
she bumped her by accident.
Well,
she bumped her.
Well, that's not what Trina said.
Well,
allegedly, according to the Shade Room.
I'll talk about it.
Okay. Trina said that she saw someone in the store, and the woman looked like she was disheveled, crying, whatever. And she just asked her, was she okay? She said that the lady turned around like an evil banshee or something. And like, leave me alone, you nigger bitch. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing.
Wait a minute.
So,
okay.
Get away from me, you nigger bitch.
Okay. So Trina walked in.
I don't know. She was shopping. She saw someone.
Okay, so she was okay. She was being carded.
She allegedly.
Yes, you better go from 0 to 100 real quick.
Okay. So apparently she was being kind-hearted and saw someone who looked like she was. Yeah, and then she like. Get away from me, you bitch.
Oh my God.
And so, and Trina's like, I wish a nigga would. Like, this is about to be a nigga ass whooping in this bitch. Like, maybe you missed some.
But why do you get to? But the thing about this is too. Why are you labeling? Like I said, with the label "angry Black woman," or since we let's keep going with the labels. What happens if you break somebody or something like that, and you're a bitter Black woman?
Then you bitter.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. What? Oh, yes. When you break up with someone. Okay, so now you're a bitter bitch. You're a bitter Black woman. If you break up with someone and now you refuse to take the same shit from another person.
Yes, exactly. Now you bitter.
Now you have baggage. But we're not talking about, okay, maybe.
What made me second guess your ass?
Another thing about words and labels. Sometimes you got to let them motherfucking labels fly. Because those labels are things that other people put on. Like selfish. I don't like the label selfish because sometimes people use that label to control you and out of context. When I am taking care of myself and my needs first, I'm selfish.
But guess what though? I'm going to be selfish. I'll be selfish with that, but there are some fine lines there.
There's some fine lines
because you do have.
But I think that people use that
only thinking about themselves first.
There you go.
So that's the fine line. Now that's selfish.
Always think about me first. Will not share. Will not do. Will not. I don't budge. It's all about me.
Exactly.
Selfish.
Now you were selfish.
Saying no, Eb, I can't take you to the store because I need to go and do this, that, and the other.
Exactly.
That's way more important.
That's not selfish.
That's called self-care. But we don't talk about self-care.
I can't give you this 10 cents because if I give you this 10, I ain't gonna be able to get to work.
Okay,
I got
you can't have
scars.
this dress off my back because if I give it to you, I'm gonna be in the street naked.
Exactly. So
You
you
know?
gotta define those lines.
Yeah,
you gotta define those labels.
And you got to define the labels, and you can't be
Mm-hmm.
scared of them sometimes either. Like I don't like the angry black woman label, but I guarantee if when I hear it, I'm like, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know the full story. I want to know what happened prior to, in the middle, and what happened. You know, at the end, because I feel like more often than not there is a producer.
There's something there that people don't just wake up mad. I mean, you don't just wake up being.
Most people don't.
You don't just wake up. You don't just get into a relationship and then start. You know, if you went through a bad relationship, then all of a sudden you get into a new relationship and you don't look at that shit a little too closely. You don't question a little bit. When you first get into a relationship and you just got out of a relationship, a girl might have cheated on you, boy might have got somebody pregnant, and then you start seeing similar signs, you're going to naturally react.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not bitter. You're just careful.
Yes.
You're not going to make the same mistake twice.
I mean, and like you said, that there's some fine lines. All of them.
Absolutely.
The other label that we were talking about, and we might as well just carry this one because
it's a relationship.
Clearly, it's slightly unbothered. Okay, so let's talk about this label, unbothered.
Okay.
Number one,
I'm unbothered.
I'm unbothered.
I'm unbothered.
However, when I am in my state of unbothered, I also okay, so we have a comment over here. Also, we are hypersensitive in this day and age, and this person on Eb's live says she feels like, or he feels like self-care and selfish is synonymous. Speak up, say your piece. It's okay to state how you feel. Exactly. But the thing was, we had to take the power out of being called selfish, because when you're a good person or a giving person, usually you don't want to be called selfish. And you do things and you maneuver in ways that to make sure that people aren't calling you selfish. When the first thing is, that person that's calling you selfish is probably a little fucking selfish. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. Now, I'm at the point now where if you call me selfish, I'm just going to accept that shit. Like, oh, okay. I'm selfish.
You know why?
Because right now,
unbothered.
Because I'm unbothered. And in this
and make sure you guys turn into quick people on my Facebook Live and my Instagram Live. Please go to YouTube, and the link is in my bio.
Yes,
so that we can actually see comments and everything. Please go to YouTube.
And so we can like this is the point of our collaboration.
Yeah, so we can see your collaboration. The show can get more followers. Please go to YouTube. Thank you.
Click the link in the bio. And since we're on that note, we can also say that if you guys would like to have topics discussed, hit us up at SipsTea the Show at Gmail. That's Sips with an S. Tea the Show at gmail.com, and also on Instagram, SipsTea the Show. On Instagram.
So let's get back to this
unbothered. Okay, so we are all, have experienced unbothered in relationships, but now there's a lot of buzz.
But you know what though? The verbiage changed, because see, the narrative unbothered is, it used to be, oh, they're not gonna have me fucked up.
Yeah.
So now the word is unbothered.
Okay.
We have a different word we use, because before it was,
I like unbothered better.
But I like unbothered better.
I do.
Okay. So go ahead.
So this came up because apparently, happy birthday to Oman. And if you remember a couple weeks ago, last week or the week before that, go watch that show.
April Jones, her ass.
We were talking about the fact that Little Fizz and April, which is Omarion's ex-girlfriend,
and baby's mother, baby's mother,
have been in a relationship, and so and that's all over social media.
And Omarion's Little Fizz are
best friend, ex-best.
But still in the same music group.
Okay. So they are together.
Yeah, I mean,
but whether they want to or not, so they interact. So now everybody on social media, lots of people at least who care on social media, are looking for Omarion to have an opinion about this.
Exactly.
Because they're like, okay, well, what you got to say, bruh? But
he's been giving it up.
He's
been having her opinion.
But
she actually has a right to have an opinion in this situation, because they were making her look bad as hell. She's an unfit mother and all this other stuff. but you know,
You
she's
had a lot of
crazy.
shit to say,
Look, she was labeled.
Yeah, she was labeled.
She was labeled.
Let's talk about that label crazy, and we
Exactly.
can also in that note shout out to Mary for what's the name of the business? Claim You're Crazy.
Oh, my sister.
Yes.
Oh, I'm like, what are you talking about? My sister, man. Claim You're Crazy. Claim You're Crazy. So my sister has her, just a quick plug there. She has her own business. She is a licensed psychologist, and her business is called Claim You're Crazy. She's based out of Atlanta, and what she's trying to do is change the definition of crazy.
Because we got to get rid of
because it has a negative connotation.
Many of the labels have negative connotations.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I loved when she came up with Claim You're Crazy. I said,
absolutely, that worked.
You did that
for me.
Exactly.
So that was awesome. But yes, Scoop's saying, you know, we got this double black thing going on. So we look like New Jack City. Do we look like we like?
Oh yeah.
Block. Okay, that's my gun sound. Anyway, so everybody is looking. Omarion apparently posted a nice little thirst trap picture. He's doing him.
Yes.
He's doing him.
Care.
He is enjoying his 35th.
Yeah.
He is just living and loving life, and everybody is just waiting for him to comment on this situation. And apparently, he just hasn't been. So while everybody in the world in this social media sensation is salivating, waiting for him to say something, he's like, no,
I'm not giving.
I have nothing to say. It's not worth my energy. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is just unbothered. Sometimes takes an extreme amount of energy. Sometimes unbothered is like,
no. I think unbothered takes. I think bothered takes more energy than unbothered.
No, I'm saying to make sure that one does not. Okay, unbothered. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But in the back of my head, like these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
crazy
saying?
And national.
But making sure that I practice my own personal self-control, because that shit does not deserve my energy. You know what I mean? That's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
And deciding what does, you know, deserve your energy and what does not. You know, just because you're human, I'm sure that there have been discussions within his household and his circle about the situation.
Of course.
But publicly, I'm unbothered. In general, I'm unbothered. Just because, you know, I've had conversations with you about an ex, but I'm unbothered. You know what I mean? It's like, girl, man, let me tell you what nigga did. Okay, wasn't that funny? Kiki, and then we move on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, you know, the amount of energy that you put into something is, you know, gives you that label, whether you unbothered or bothered. So, those were our labels for today. We had AB Dubs. Okay. We are even about the gay and lesbian label. And yeah, labels there. Heterosexual is a label because everybody heterosexual until you go and sleep with somebody or have a same-sex experience, and then all of a sudden people want
a whole nother category.
Which we talk about that on the show one day too.
Exactly.
Like, you know, what constitutes you being bisexual? An encounter,
a thought, because some people, it's a lot of people who are in these marriages, aka men or women.
Like, are you a lesbian when you kiss a girl?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that is definitely something we want to put out there, because because you do have a lot of men or even women who are in, you know, full marriages and have thoughts with sleeping with other men.
Absolutely.
You know,
or had an encounter.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, I've been big on separating gay for pay. Now, are you gay or you just
gay for pay?
Yeah. But I've always been big on separating what happens sexually from who you are or what it is, because just because you did do something,
you dibbled and dabbled.
Just because you dibbled and dabbled doesn't necessarily mean that you're gay. And you know, technically, I would rather you.
Or you're bi-curious. I don't know.
Bi-curious.
All these labels. You know what? I'm back to Element Jeans.
Okay, label me not.
Don't label me. I'm who I'm gonna be. One day I might be tomorrow I might be an artist, and the next day I might be the president. I don't know. Don't put a label on me, honey, because I will shock the shit out of you. Trust me when I tell you. Don't label me.
And you know,
don't. Just don't.
And so, since we've already, you know, we jacked up our other segments, but we will go out with this last label, guys.
Somebody, these
friend.
They
Here's
going off on this Instagram.
I bet
They are going off.
Let me keep your.
Somebody said I
yes.
kissed the girl and I liked it.
Listen, so the last label that we're going to have to talk about is friend. Okay.
What friend?
Because our last story that we were going to talk about is Alexis Crawford. Alexis Crawford was a student, unfortunately, at, I think, Clark Atlanta University, who was recently found.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just.
Yuck! Oh, Jesus.
I mean, because
how about this label? Dramatic. Okay, so that is.
Don't label me.
Listen.
Don't
label
me.
First, we're going to talk about the label of friend, and I just want you guys to watch your circle because sometimes your friends ain't your friends. We're going to leave it there. We will give a shout out to Alexis Crawford and family because this young lady lost her life, and it was behind that label of friend because technically it was one of her friends that led her into this situation. It was a friendship that actually.
So she was murdered on purpose.
It was the boyfriend of her roommate who she spent holidays and things like that with that actually killed her. And the friend and the boyfriend kind of carried the whole situation out together.
Wow.
So you guys, if you want more information on that, you can look it up. Alexis Crawford, unfortunately, this young woman, 21 years old.
Oh my God.
That's why you have got to, that's why, okay, a label is a friend.
Can I say
what
something?
constitutes your damn friendship?
Yeah,
back to loyalty from the beginning of the show.
Yes.
Long after the feeling that inspired your friendship and loyalty.
You can't call everybody your friend.
You can't call everybody your friend. That is also a label that we need to be careful and be cautious of.
And who we give to.
Who you
get what I'm saying?
Yes, who you're giving label to.
Understand who they truly are.
Absolutely.
You know? Wow. Oh my God.
And we're gonna have to go with the last label of drama and dramatic.
Oh, okay.
Dramatic.
No.
I constantly call you dramatic, and we're gonna go out on this note. I constantly call Eb Deceleb dramatic.
I am not dramatic.
You are. All y'all Leos dramatic as fuck.
I am not dramatic.
But it's okay. And I don't want it to always be in a negative light because you are also very emotional and empathetic
and caring
and caring. Okay, it's just the level at which she cares. Oh God, yes, this drink. My word, I've never tasted. You guys want to see how dramatic she was about this drink? Roll back to the beginning of this particular show. We could hardly get it moving before without ever.
I was like, oh God,
because you was loving it. So you know it's okay to be dramatic sometimes. She don't like it, she loves it.
But can I say something really quickly?
Okay with it, you're passionate about it.
Can I say something though? I think with all these labels, and you guys, we do go out because it has been about over our hour. But I think also with all of these labels, and I'm just gonna say this. I think all of these labels have aged us as well. It ages us beyond our years because, like you said, like Omarion, he's 35. Like I'm like, damn, you only 35 years old? Or Erica Mena, she's only 32. Okay. These people are still exactly. These people are still so very young.
Yeah.
All these labels and things that we try to identify ourselves with, or those public figures try to identify themselves with, is also aging them. It's also taking them. They're moving through life a little bit too fast.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So don't label me, honey. Let me just stay where I'm at.
Let me just be.
And let me.
But I guess it's just so people can understand. I'd be like, oh. Why did they say, why Eb Deceleb sucking? Like, why is she acting like that's the best drink ever? No. Oh, she's just dramatic. And they go, oh, okay. No, but
passionate.
You can also, exactly. Passionate. I was about to say, you can also use the more positive label. If you find yourself in a situation with labels that you don't necessarily fucking like, you can actually use a more positive one. And if you like passionate better, you do like passionate better?
I am.
I will refer to you more so as passionate.
Yes, going forward, don't ever call Eb Deceleb dramatic because I'm not dramatic.
I'm like, she's passionate.
I'm passionate.
And I'm going to do my eyes like, she's passionate.
Wink, wink.
No, my blink. I don't wink like it's an inside joke. I'm like, she's passionate. Because I'm gonna do it in front of you. You know how to do that. All right. So guys, thank you for tuning into SipsTea the Show. Happy Woman Crush Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Thank you guys for spending some time with us, and we hope to see you back here
with our passionate selves.
Shout
Next
out to the people
Wednesday.
that we were brewing. We will see you
Yeah.
next Wednesday. And again, hit us up at SipsTea the Show on Instagram, SipsTea the Show on Gmail, and let us know what you want to talk about, what y'all want to hear, like topics that we need to collaborate about.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't know why she thinks she Beyonce. I mean, Cardi B.
I think I'm Keleeba.
Keleeba Scott.
Yes. Why you do that? Oh my God. She got the whole damn government out there. I think I'm Lee.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
y'all. She got her Lee. Oh yeah,
I'm trying to tell y'all.
Yeah.
Lee is the Phoenix, bitch.
Oh.
Okay.
What's
Hello.
wrong with her?
Yes. I have said goodbye to all of the things in my
Yes.
past, and Lee can continue to move forward.
You did say that
I
actually.
did.
You did. You were like,
I mean,
you're like,
I
I'm
think
not
I'm
going
just-
by Kelly anymore.
No, I'm not.
I'm going by Lee.
Kelly's cool. Keleeba, if I owe you, if you know, some government shit, if it's attached to my social security number or my tax refund,
Then I'm Keleeba.
I will be Keleeba. But otherwise, you know,
I'm
if you want to
Lee.
just kick it with the kid, call me Lee. See what I'm saying?
She's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much.
All right, guys, we are out of here. We got shit to do.
We do.
All right, we love you to life, and we'll
Thank
see
y'all
you
for
back here
watching.
next week. Thank you so much for tuning
Bye
in.
bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Let me see. And make sure y'all go on YouTube.